He's deserved his contract. He came in at a time when nobody knew who he was. I remember the day when Jay Woodcroft got fired thinking like, what is going on here? How are we picking like a no-name guy to come in and be the coach of the Edmonton Oilers? And
this is going to be the least combative segment we've ever done because we both love Knoblauch and we both think the extension is a good idea. But what did you make of the 3-year deal for Knoblauch?
I think it's good. I think it's good to lock it up before, like, coaches aren't really, they're obviously not going to get picked off by any means. He's locked in here, but he's deserved his contract. He came in at a time when nobody knew who he was. I remember the day when Jay Woodcroft got fired thinking like, what is going on here? How are we picking like a no-name guy to come in and be the coach of the Edmonton Oilers? And now all he's done is just set sail and put this team into a direction that we all hoped they would get to one day, but there were certain moments where it just didn't seem like it was going to happen. And he's done it now back-to-back years. I love his calming presence. He's just he feels very reliable.
Yeah.
And I feel like 3 more years of Nobby after this one, of course, just tells me that the Oilers are in a really good spot.
I'm happy that it just, again, giving him a 3-year deal, and not that they were. He was never in a spot where like a poor start was going to leave people questioning him, but like,
yeah,
this gets him this year and next year as like, even if they struggle a bit, like he's not going to get fired, and they needed this continuity at the position. Like it was too much of like a guy for a couple years, fire him, a guy for a couple years, fire him. And listen, I'm still a massive Jay Woodcroft fan. As much as this might be an unpopular take and you will disagree with it, I still think they have a lot of the success they do over the last 2 years with Jay Woodcroft at the helm. But that doesn't mean I don't give Kris Knoblauch his flowers. I do think he has a certain calming presence about him. And this year, there are still things I'd like to see from him. You know, I think there's a little bit of like the way Dylan Holloway was handled wasn't great. I wonder if maybe that situation plays out differently if he gets stapled to a Leon Draisaitl for a little bit. And again, a lot of that not totally on him because he came in halfway through that year and he was in a totally different mindset than a coach who was secure and stable.
A lot of the damage may have already been done a little bit with Holloway too.
But with that being said, this is a chance for Knoblauch to show that he's different, right? Yeah. How are you going to handle Savoy? How are you going to handle Ike Howard? I'm excited to see that this year. I love this nugget here from Jack Michaels. Only Tom Johnson and Scotty Bowman, Stan's dad, have a higher points percentage than Knoblauch, 656 through their first 150 games.
Wow.
Through 150 games, not only has he been to 2 Stanley Cup finals, season and a half, 2 Cup finals, and in his first 150 games, it's the 3rd highest win percentage all time. That's unbelievable.
Do you know one thing, just on the Holloway idea, and I wonder if this would have been different with this group, and we'll really know soon because of how many young players they have. But the coaching staff is also different behind Knoblauch. It's just Paul McFarland and Mark Stewart now, if I'm not mistaken.
Quieter bench.
Quieter bench, but also younger mentality.
Yep.
You know, and I mean, Glenn Gullitson's not old by any means, but he's been around the block.
Yeah.
Where Mark Stewart wasn't, he was in the league not that long ago.
He was drafted the same year as Corey Perry.
There you go. Exactly. So, but he was playing like meaningful games. He was a Winnipeg Jet, right? So I just wonder a younger mentality, giving guys a bit more of a leash. Like I really like the direction the coaching staff has gone. And I think this year we'll see the best of Knoblauch, of what he's capable of. But also too, it's like a big step for him being the veteran in the room, I guess you can call it in a way as well, right? Like now this is his time to prove like it wasn't what Gullitson was doing or what Coffey was doing. It's what I was doing. Chris.
And I'm excited on that note to see what Mark Stewart does this year. Like, how has Mark Stewart handled the blue line now that it's not him and Paul Coffey going back and forth? It's Mark Stewart's blue line.
Totally.
I think there's a part of that as well. What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Everyday, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.